Well, you've done such an amazing job of improving the experience for all the brands that you work with. What takeaways or what strategies do you think are transferable across businesses that you have learned that you might be willing to share with others?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can think of a couple of things, and I will tell you we have seen this here. But as I interact with CEOs, I am amazed and frankly comforted. It makes me very very optimistic when I see teams and CEOs that are very deliberate about this same thing of enriching people's lives, right? Trying to do things that actually make a difference in people's lives. It seems like a simple thing, but it's actually a huge thing when you consistently reinforce that in the KPIs that you set, and sometimes even at the compensation level. The what you push out, how you measure success. That's a really really important one, and that's a foundational one, and it's so important because with your teams, that's something that people can actually grasp onto. I mean, our instruction designers and others, I don't have to be in the room, and I know if a bad experience happens, I know what others in the room will say. They'll say, "Yeah, but that's not a life enriching experience," and it puts people on the same page as to what success looks like. You may not be able to measure it in its nth degree, but it sets a fairly high standard that everybody looks to, and you're in a far better world when you do that. And I think it provides more meaning in people's workday because you're actually doing something that matters. Second thing I would say is you got to find ways of measuring or at least providing feedback loops in it. That helps the brands that you serve, but it also helps your team better understand what they're doing. And it's not an easy thing to do all the time to establish feedback loops that are current and relevant that you can translate and understand, but it's so critical that you provide feedback loops. I think another thing is you have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and really understand where the friction is in that experience, not just once, but continually. When we started Bilt for the first 2.5 years, we did nothing but study.
Mm.
We went into professional environments. We, in some cases, went in people's homes. We would take a certain faucet and we would go out on Facebook. Hey, we're looking for 20 or 30 people that are willing to install this faucet at home. We just want to watch how you do it and give us feedback. Well, after doing that with so many products and so many people, we started to learn where the friction was, and I think any problem worth solving, you got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and invite your team members to find ways of getting their fingers dirty in that problem. You got to be close to it, and you have to provide mechanisms of staying very close to it, so you understand, are you really helping people with what they do?
Yeah, that is awesome. So I got enriching lives and measuring what success looks like.